You've written about Meghan Markle, I believe. So what do you think about Harry and Meghan distancing from the royal family?
She is treacherous. She is all about making money and increasing her fame.
Before we dive in, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. You've written about Meghan Markle, I believe. And by the way, if any of my research is wrong, feel free to correct me. We do try our best to do good research. I always like to check first, though. So what do you think about Harry and Meghan distancing from the royal family and the famed Oprah interview? My wife and I watched that, and her jaw just hit the floor when it all happened. What are your thoughts on this?
She is gonorrhea and Regan rolled into one. She's gonorrhea. Remember King Lear? The two thankless daughters? She is treacherous, in my opinion. She is all about making money and increasing her fame. She never had any intention. She had no intention of sticking it. And I should qualify at this point by saying a lot of the information that I received that made it possible for me to write Meghan and Harry, the real story, came from various well-established people, let's put it that way, courtiers, royals, aristocrats. I mean, that's my world, and we're all friendly. And if I don't know you very well, I know your wife's brother very well. So everybody knows what's going on. And they started to express their concerns. This was while Meghan was ostensibly pregnant. And she had been to California, and she had been trying to commercialize herself, and she was trying to politicize herself. And there was great concern that she was getting into territory that would be damaging for the royal family, because the Prince of Wales and the Queen, they have commercial wings to their operations, but everything is very carefully controlled. Meghan wanted to do exactly what Meghan has spun around and done. And they were absolutely horrified, and they found her uncontrollable. And whenever they said, well, you can't do this, she'd create a scene, Harry would back her up. And there was also real worry that Meghan had Harry under such tight control that ultimately she would drive him, if things went wrong, to suicide. And so, there were really valid concerns for his welfare as well. Not only the welfare of the monarchy and the British nation, but the welfare of Harry himself. And so that's how I came to write the book. And she, of course, pulled the stunt of departing just 3 weeks before my book was due to be handed into the publishers. So I then had to scramble to rewrite the last 2 chapters of the book, which I did. But had she not done that, my book would have been far more punchy, because I was going to say that she was embarking upon commercial and political activities that were completely forbidden, and that she was doing it for the money. Because Meghan, in my opinion, and this is my opinion personally, going off her conduct, Meghan figured out that it's not going to work for her to come and cut ribbons and have lunch with mayors. It's boring. It's not glamorous. It doesn't get her in the forefront of the world's media on a daily basis. So she didn't want to do 95% of what royals do on a daily basis. Most of what they do is unsung. I'm sure you know that. It's unsung, but it's very valuable because it's connecting to people who matter, in grassroots people, etc. And I realized that she didn't want to do that. And she'd also twigged, if she wanted out of the marriage, she'd leave with nothing. while if she moved him to California and created this career, that she would leave with a lot of money. Well, she'd leave with 50% of what she had earned and what he had earned. So I thought there was a very cynical aspect to it. And I still think there is a very opportunistic aspect to the move. And he's gone along with it because he is completely besotted, enchanted, and bedazzled by her. It's Narcissus and Echo. That's what it is. And I wrote a book on narcissism, by the way.
We'll have to talk about narcissism. I have a little theory on narcissism. So we'll come to that later. That everybody who accuses someone of being a narcissist is a narcissist themselves. Every time I've seen someone accuse someone of being a narcissist, I look at them and go, I think you define a narcissist. Anyone who's ever called me a narcissist, straight back at you, you're a narcissist. Anyway, let's talk about that in a moment. Yeah. So I would love your thoughts on that. Now, I understand the deal with Netflix and or the deal with Spotify. We're talking £50 million deals here with Harry and Meghan for, podcasts and Netflix.
I don't believe it for a second. I think it's all smoke and mirrors and hot air. I think they floated the balloon on a whole load of hot air. I have some very good friends who are Hollywood royalty. And I mean, real Hollywood royalty, not broken down fourth-rate actresses in a minor cable TV show. I mean, proper royalty, Hollywood. And they say there's absolutely no way, none of it. They might have got 3 or 5 million, but it's all what they could get if everything went magnificently. And they are busy merching themselves and boosting themselves and inflating everything, their importance, their numbers. I don't believe it for a second. I don't believe it for 1 second. I think we slash off at least to 0 and you might be getting more to the truth.
All right. I will take that. Right.
Also, you notice, even though they've had these fantastic deals that are 50 and 100 and 150 million dollars, they've done 1 Spotify, I think it is, or 2, and they've done 1 or 2 things for. I mean, excuse me, where are the results? I'm afraid if you're paid money to do something, you deliver the goods. You don't talk about it. It's all horse manure dished up as foie gras.